Welcome to the Nick and Rob Homer Hour, as we're going to be introducing a new segment where we bring in Eastside News, where we talk about all the news that there is about the AFC and NFC East. And then we're going to take a deep dive look into our new team, the Indianapolis Colts, as we play the schedule game to figure out what their record will be at the end of the year. This is next on the Nick and Rob Homer Hour. Robert, you got a big vacation coming up, don't you?
I do. I'm going to be on a plane in less than 12 hours.
Yeah, we're trying to get this show outputted as quick as possible so Rob can enjoy his vacation and put the podcast behind him. No need for extra stress there, right?
This isn't stressful. It's fun.
Yeah. Well, we've got big news coming in for the NFC East and NFC East, and we're going to introduce our new segment that is Eastside News, where we're going to break down the divisions and see what they've got going on as we look at Eastside News. So, Rob, I have got the NFC East, some of the news that's happening right now. I'm going to start it from the bottom to the top. So, according to what they finished last year, so obviously the low and dirty New York Giants news that's coming out from over there. Not much is happening, and I would imagine we know which team has got more news going on right now. Of course, it's going to be yours and truly. But the only thing I got from the New York Giants is right now Malik Neighbors had an injury scare that happened yesterday. According to the insiders, it didn't actually produce any sort of issues, or it's not a severe injury, but something to look at for the New York Giants. I mean, Malik Neighbors, if he goes down, this offense is cooked.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't have much to speak of, so he needs to be healthy.
Yeah. Definitely needs to be healthy, and Malik, Godspeed. I hope it really works out. Other than that, the only other news that I got was the potential draft pick from the Waller trade. So he retired on them, Darren Waller, and then he ended up coming back over to the Miami Dolphins. Am I correct?
Yes, he signed with the Dolphins.
Yeah, and somehow they're actually going to get a conditional draft pick for that.
They should.
Yeah, I think they should. So I don't know. What do you think they're going to get? Like a fourth or a fifth out of that?
They'll probably get a sixth, but at least they got something.
I think they missed out on Darren Waller himself, but that's Darren Waller saying, I didn't want to play here anymore. I think that's what we're finding out over here.
And he's coming off an injury. He didn't really have any motivation. So because of that, there's not going to be a big compensation for him, but at least the Giants get something.
Yeah, they'll definitely get something. So that was it for the New York Giants that I saw at least within the last week. But then we move on to who finished third in the division, and that is the Dallas Cowboys, and controversy amidst, okay? And, of course, an injury bug as well. But Micah Parsons had contract negotiations, and I'm beating a dead horse here, and I'll go into my little soliloquy here a little later. But the Micah Parsons still has a contract dispute, and it looks like Jerry Jones isn't budging on that one.
Yeah, because he would rather have all the attention and then overpay than not have all the attention. It just gets old, but the media feeds into it every year. They can't help it.
Yeah, they definitely can't help it. And this is the same thing that the Dallas Cowboys have been going through for year after year. They had Dak Prescott's contract dispute, CeeDee Lamb's dispute, Zach Martin's dispute, Zeke Elliott way back when. I mean, he had a big contract dispute right before it. And I told you over text, and I'm just want to relay it over on the podcast too, that I know what's going to happen. And that's what irritates me about this whole thing. They're going to bicker. I heard Adam Schefter just recently posted something that said that they are even further apart than they were in the summertime. And I'm looking at it going, I know what they're doing. I know what they're doing, especially Adam Schefter, who has the agents feed him information.
Yeah.
So they're just going to keep playing hardball, be separated on the whole entire ordeal. And then before you know it, I guarantee you by at least week 2, after week 2 of the preseason game, they're going to have a contract signed.
Yeah. I mean, especially with Micah's social media presence and his own podcast, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a little bit of a wink, wink, nod, nod. Let's play this game for both our brands. Then you get your money.
Yeah, and they always end up wanting to kill each other by the end of the contract dispute, and then somehow they become best friends, and we're back to being Jerry and the players, and it's all, rainbows and unicorns by the end of this thing. So I've got it down pat. It's a science with Jerry Jones, and we're going to see it again. Tyler Guyton, big knee injury. He's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks, so another lineman down.
But it was initially feared to be much worse. They thought he was going to be out for the season. So kind of a win. He might be back by like week 2.
Yeah. And I think short term, it shouldn't hurt us too bad. One thing's for sure, whenever he's out, we're going to have a lot less holding calls. At least we'll have that going for us. But
yeah.
Tyler is, he definitely needs to push the envelope next year. He was a little bit of a frustration to watch last year, so hopefully he improves over there. But if he ends up going down, it's going to be a big hurt for the offensive line. And although they've had improvements with the offensive line, this is not a good sign, I think, heading for the season.
No.
But if you are the tight end, Jake Ferguson, all of a sudden you get a contract while they're in the middle of a contract dispute. This is another Jerry thing. He always signs someone during a contract dispute. He's going to get a $52 million contract for 4 years. Do you think that's a good contract there, Rob?
Yeah, I think it's a win-win. He had a struggle of a year last year, but he also didn't really have a quarterback, and he was having injuries as well. The potential is there for him to comfortably be in the top 10, maybe not the top 5, but definitely the top 10 in the league at the position. So it's a win-win for him right now for like this year and next year. And it's a win for the Cowboys because if he does what he's supposed to do, he's going to overplay this contract by a lot. And then in about 2 years, Jerry's going to have his next Micah headline news here with Jake Ferguson demanding more money.
Yeah, and I think he probably will. I think Jake Ferguson can actually have that argument with him too. I think he's a very talented athlete. I think you worded it best over Texas. He's a bottom 10. He's not the the Kelsey
bottom of the top 10.
Bottom of the top 10. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Yeah, I said it wrong, and I thought you said it wrong in the text. But bottom of the top 10. I think that's a perfect, accurate statement for Jake Ferguson. He's highly talented, very athletic, good player, but definitely, I think that was a really good contract for him. It looks like he just wanted to be signed with the Cowboys at this point. It's really team friendly, I think.
Yeah.
And the other contract dispute that we have here is Deron Bland contract talks. I guess he jumped in on this and he's like, hey, while we're talking contracts, let's go. You think he's overplaying his cards?
Probably. I just don't get, why doesn't this stuff get handled in the off season? This is what drives me nuts. Like, do it in the off season, show up to camp ready to go.
I'll tell you why, because it made my news, Rob, and that's the key to this thing. It made my news, okay? So we should all be very thankful for the fact that Jerry Jones operates the way he does, because in the offseason, you're just digging for any sort of information to talk. And Jerry, he's giving it to us.
Yeah, and I guess I'm used to the Patriot way, where this is such a rare thing to happen in New England over the last 20 plus years that, yeah, not used to it. You're used to it.
Oh, am I used to it? And I'm done with it, but there's nothing I could do. What do I do? It's the city I was born in, and I got, really excited. Speaking of your New England Patriots, the Washington Commanders are having contract disputes with Terry McLaurin, and I keep on seeing that the Patriots are involved. We talked a little bit about this on the last podcast.
I'll take them.
Oh, obviously you take him, but do you really think that they're actually going to be trading him away, or is this just all contract talk to try to,
It's all contract talk. The Commanders need him. They're in a critical year. If he goes, they don't have a true number one, and they're not going to find one. And they go from favorites to win the division to, yes, I know it's a 53-man team, but favorites to win the division to a team hopeful to make the playoffs by taking away their quarterback's best security blanket. You can't do that. You just can't. Granted, him and his agent are overplaying their hand too. He's not a top 5 receiver yet. He hasn't earned Tyreek Hill or Justin Jefferson money. Not yet. He's earned more money, but he hasn't earned that much. If he gets it, good job, but he hasn't earned it yet.
Well, I think the thing about Terry McLaurin is he's got the same situation that Jake Ferguson had last year. He has had trash quarterback after trash quarterback after trash quarterback, and he still produces 1,000 yards, does all right for fantasy, and is an overall good player. But with this Jaden Daniels and that duo that came in last year,
so good.
I mean, he ended up being a fantasy all-star last year. So I don't know how you would ruin this, and I don't think they will, but I think a lot of contracts are up. And the other thing about the Commanders is they've got to be running out of cap space. I haven't really looked too far into their cap space, and I'm going to probably do a little deeper dive with them next week. But with all the free agents that they got last year, are they hurting for money? Like, can they afford a Terry McLaurin? And they know Jaden Daniels' contract's going to be up in about 3 years.
Yeah, they got time on Daniels though, and unless he gets hurt or something weird happens, Daniels will earn all his money. McLaurin, he's good. If I were him, I wouldn't be fighting for a contract this hard right now. I just go out and let 2 years, because if he goes out and does 80% of what he did last year, he's gonna command all the money. I guess then you run the risk of if you get hurt, but it's the NFL. So I get what he's trying to do, but ultimately, for the good of the league, for the good of the Commanders are a great story. I hope they all settle down and he signs there.
Yeah, and I'm right there with you. Although, actually, I'm not. I hope that Terry McLaurin just goes away and this whole thing goes down.
You want him on the Patriots?
Sure, yeah, bring him on the AFC side. I don't mind the AFC fights and things like that. He could be on the Patriots. That'd be good with me. But the Commanders are the number one team. They scare me more than the Philadelphia Eagles, at least when it comes to long-term durability, because I think they've got that star. And with Jaden Daniels, and
so good.
He's not going anywhere anytime soon, and he's just going to be.
I was going to say, he doesn't have a coach that's going to run him into the ground the way Shanahan ran RG3 into the ground.
Yeah, and I don't think RG3 has what Jaden Daniels has. I don't think he's nearly the competitor that Jaden Daniels is. Jaden Daniels was commanding the offensive coordinator, a really respected one too, to tell him what to call and what not to call as a rookie. I mean, yeah. I watch him play and I'm going, this kid's got it. This kid is going to be a leader and a nuisance for the Cowboys to come.
Yeah, if I'm Chicago fans, I'm a little frustrated, but Caleb Williams could really show what he's got. He's got a real coach now, so he can really show what he's got this year.
Yeah, and I think the pairing with Ben Johnson should work out for him. So we'll and I'm rooting for Caleb Williams. I hope he does well. I know you have a little history with him being a Texas fan, but still root for him. Yeah. And then the Washington Commanders then had Santana Moss introduced to the Ring of Fame. So that's pretty cool. I think that's well earned.
Well deserved. Right? Well deserved.
Yeah, played historically for him. Move on to the Philadelphia Eagles, who, again, don't have that much news. And I guess that's the price of winning. You just don't have anything. And one of the key reasons why is, one of them quite literally is Jalen Hurts just got an endorsement from Sprite. All right, that's it, which is great, I guess. But, what are we going to do? The key to this thing is the opposite that the Dallas Cowboys do. Howie Roseman signs his players very early, takes gambles on them. He might lose a couple. He lost on Carson Wentz, for instance. Turned it around, though, and all of a sudden he gets a Jalen Hurts, and they're heading back into the Super Bowl and win another one. So Roseman plays the game right. And he's got 33 key free agents heading up next year that he's going to sign. And I guarantee you, the ones that they really want to keep, they're going to be signed in the regular season before this even becomes a dispute, which brings it to here, where I don't even have that much news on the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, I mean the Eagles they should be a well-oiled machine. Howie Roseman's also he's a survivor too. He's so well regarded around the league now. But I was living in Philly back during the 2014 season, the same season that ended, with that with
Nah.
that Pat's victory over the Seahawks. But they wanted to run him out of town.
Oh
He had
yeah.
Chip Kelly, and they traded for Sam Bradford. That was the year they traded for Sam Bradford and made it. They overthought everything, and it didn't go well. Everyone was ready to run Howie Roseman and everyone else out of town. He instead ran out all of the decisions he made, and then righted the ship, and they've done well by him.
Yeah, and I think it's amazing that he did what he did with so many different quarterbacks too. So you had Carson Wentz, Nick Foles, Sam Bradford around that time. Now you bring in Jalen Hurts, who I still don't think he's top. He's a top 10 quarterback, but I don't think he's the bottom of the top 10. I wouldn't want him to be the star of the team.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I can put 5 quarterbacks ahead of him legitimately.
Oh man, I could play that game with you.
Mahomes,
Yeah, of
Lamar,
course.
Mahomes, Lamar, Joe Burrow, Josh
Uh,
Allen. Then who's your 5?
I already got Jaden Daniels ahead of him on that.
You want you Jaden? I don't think he's ahead. I don't think Jaden Daniels is ahead of him after 1 year.
He threw for very little in the last year because he didn't have to. And Kellen Moore has a very run style offense. It was such a problem that AJ Brown, who had a really good year, was throwing fits all throughout the year just simply because they never had to throw it. You have a badass offensive line, you have the tush push, and you have Saquon Barkley. So I think the situation's really nice for a Jalen
But
Hurts.
look at 2 years ago what he did without Saquon.
Yeah, it was all right.
So I don't know. I don't blame you for putting Jaden ahead of him. I otherwise would probably slot him in at 5. Dak's not healthy enough.
No.
Matthew Stafford's too old. Jared Goff needs to prove he can actually win a big game in the playoffs.
It's an interesting debate, but I
Yeah.
do think he's stacked really well on that team, and it's much easier to run that offense than any other one. I mean, if I was the offensive coordinator, this thing's simple: just run, 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 and then you use Jalen Hurts, and yeah, AJ Brown's going to throw some fits, but the Eagles are going to be a legitimate team, definitely heading into it, which kind of makes me sad. But I don't see too much changing on that end. It's just about a will of want. That's the last thing I've got with the Eagles. After you win a championship, can you do it again? It's pretty hard for a lot of teams.
Yeah. It is indeed. All right. So now we should talk about the AFC a little bit, huh?
Yeah. So we got
All right.
the AFC East. As Rob, do you have any news?
Yeah, we got some news. I'm not gonna go bottom to top. I'll end with the Pats. But we'll start first with, there's not a ton of news out of Miami, which is good. Earlier in the week, honestly, most of the main news was that this Quinn Ewers guy, he can throw a football. And as a Longhorns fan, yes, he can, especially when healthy. So that's good. He's getting looks. Those weird unsubstantiated articles that came out before training camp that he was on the verge of getting cut. It's like they haven't had training camp yet. That makes no sense. So yeah, he's looking good, which is great. And then on top of that, I mean, that's mostly it. The big thing, let's see. Today we had Dolphins safety Ashton Davis. He left with an injury. And then Barian Matos was released from the hospital today after his scary injury from the other day where he went down. He's been released. Other day, it was last week, July 23rd. He collided with a teammate, but he is out now. So considering a week ago he was being airlifted, that's probably kind of the best news you could have if you're the Dolphins.
His problem was not about football; it's about just survival or having good health at that point, right?
Exactly. So the fact that he's out of the hospital is absolutely fantastic news. As far as the Bills go, we're going to get a lot more news when Hard Knocks really gets rolling, which is going to be really entertaining. We'll be able to talk about that a lot. But otherwise, it's just everyone's all about Josh Allen right now. And once again, now, like, is he going to keep reinventing himself? And he will. And as we all know at this point, preseason doesn't matter. Regular season doesn't even matter. The game against the Chiefs in the playoffs, that's all that matters at this point.
Yeah, they're like the Philadelphia Eagles of the AFC East, where they're the favorites. There shouldn't be too much news going on, and I don't think it's going to be too exciting. But the good news is, like you said, we get Hard Knocks, and so they'll do a little deeper dive into certain players, and we'll definitely break that apart.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then let's see, with the Jets, the main storyline of the last week, this time last week, I think the next morning, after we filmed our podcast last week, it was Justin Fields carted off with a foot injury. He was being carted off. They were writing his obituary. And then within an hour, he has a toe injury. And essentially all that happened is a offensive lineman stepped on his foot, which is definitely something that can happen when you're in a new offense early in training camp. That's an easy thing to happen. So he's okay. He's going to be okay, but they're going to be very cautious with him. With Justin Fields, I think they can contend for a playoff spot. Without Justin Fields, it's going to be them and the Giants competing for the laughing stock headlines all season. So
I've got to ask you, because you're so high on Justin Fields doing well for the Jets, and I guess I'm just not getting it, because he did not look good with Pittsburgh, in my opinion. But
they won like 4 or 5 straight with him.
Not because of their offense.
It was a lot better than what Russell Wilson was doing. That's for sure.
Now that I agree with. Yeah.
I think the Steelers could have gone a lot further if they just had left Fields in instead of turning it over to Wilson.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Justin Fields and it's apples and oranges. I think Justin Fields is much more exciting, and when things go wrong, Justin Fields can step up and actually make a big play. My problem with Justin Fields is not every time you go to the back of the pocket, it has to go wrong. Maybe get the ball out, I don't know, before it even becomes an issue.
And he needs to do that, but also, like, honestly, in my mind, it started him from scratch right now. The Bears were a mess, and they did not develop him well. They honestly, they hurt more than they developed. I think Tomlin and company really did a lot of work undoing a lot of the damage that the Bears did. And now the Jets are doing it the right way. They were smart in seeing that, hey, this quarterback class coming out of the draft, not that great. So let's invest in Fields. And it's not a huge investment, but it's a decent one. And we're bringing in someone who is very comfortable with your top wide receiver.
Yeah.
You're setting them up for success. I'm assuming there's going to be, for those that are really deep dive, I'm not good enough at deep diving at this, but there's probably going to be people that are saying, hey, that's a wrinkle from Ohio State. Hey, that's a play call from Ohio State. I bet you we see a lot of that, especially early in the season, as long as he's healthy. So they're setting him up for success. Now, if he stinks it up through 4 games, all right, well, at least he got his money. Now he can hold a clipboard, and that's honestly probably the best job you can have in professional sports is backup clipboard holder that doesn't have to play. So,
yeah, and you're completely right. I hope they just run zone read option and just keep playing end arounds and just weird play after weird play. Just keep the defense on their toes. And I would approach, if he went to the Baltimore Ravens, I think Justin Fields would have had a badass career, because when Lamar Jackson first started, he did not have a great arm, but he definitely had the sprints. And basically John Harbaugh, he basically just said, I've got another running back. That's the way I'm going to view it.
Well, and remember, coming out of that draft, he had a lot of draft people that said, "Oh, Lamar should be a wide receiver. Why are you drafting him as a quarterback?" Which was really close-minded. Now he's easily top 3 in the league. Him and Burrow probably kind of flip-flop their spot, depending on the day, really. And there was flirtation. What was it? 2 years ago, there was flirtation with him coming over to New England in free agency, and I would have loved that. But instead, he's doing his thing. He's really developed. So you give a quarterback that's got the skills time to actually develop and settle in, good things can happen.
Yeah, for sure. And Justin Fields could have been that guy if he was under John Harbaugh, and instead he went to the Bears, where quarterbacks go to.
Yeah. Granted, had he gone to John Harbaugh, no one really know who Justin Fields is right now because he wouldn't be playing too much. So
probably, yeah, I agree with that.
But all right, so that leaves me with the New England Patriots. Right now, most of the excitement is rightly around our new left tackle, Will Campbell. He keeps saying and doing all the right things. I think he won over just about every single New England Patriots fan on draft night. He said he was willing to fight and die for his teammates, fight and die for his quarterback. We're like, all right, Patriot Rabel's in. He's here. Patriot Way is back. And he keeps saying all the right things, keeps doing all the right things. He's talking a lot about learning from the other linemen, learning from his coaches, because he admits he got drafted high, but he's still got a lot to learn. So we're really enjoying seeing that. He's got a great veteran in Morgan Moses to really learn a lot from, which is awesome, which was one of our key free agent signings. So that's great. And then the other kind of excitement is on probably the most important but least thought about side of things, the kicking game. We might have ourselves a kicker. And Andy Borregales, we drafted him in the 6th round, and he had a very good day today, 6 of 6 on field goal tries from 30 to 50 yards. So he is most likely, unless when the game starts, he starts hooking them and pushing them, he's most likely going to be there, which is great. And then otherwise, Milton Williams, our big signing on the defensive side, he's having some up and down days, but he's a veteran. He's a star player. He'll be ready to go when camp starts. So I'm excited. We've got a reworked O-line. We got a kicker. We got a quarterback.
Hey, no kidding aside, seriously, having a bad kicker is the most frustrating thing in sports.
Yeah.
It's a hidden position that no one pays attention to until they start missing the field goals. And then when they start doing that, then you're like, what are we doing?
Yeah. I got to pause.
Gotcha. All right. So we're going to pause and then
hopefully it's less than 5 minutes.
So we're back from our pause break, and now we're going to be breaking down the Colts schedule. As Rob, as you know, that is our new team. So we got to start.
Team of the pod. Go Colts, go. Is that what they say? We got to learn what they say.
Yeah, and hey, I didn't even think about this. Sorry to the fans of the Colts. We should probably include them on Eastside News. I'll take responsibility if you want me to. I can add them to a little.
I can say from what I've been looking up, the big news right now is that Riley Leonard is starting to turn some heads and is in contention to be a starting quarterback. So the rookie is turning some heads. So I don't know if that means he's doing really great or, oh my goodness, Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson are the only other options. We'll find out.
Well, we know Daniel Jones is not going to take the spot. I don't think, but
he might start the season as a starter.
Geez, but then all that investment in Anthony Richardson, we're going to have to figure this out because one of the quarterbacks are going to have to play, and depending on who, kind of depends on how the season's going to go. We've got their schedule pulled up right over here, and the first week, and I didn't even think about it. That didn't take long. We're playing the Houston Texans. Maybe I should have looked at this before.
Opening in division, I'm calling that a loss.
Yeah, and a little background story. We have two friends of ours that are big Texans fans. If you actually watch the Astros against the Rangers, they were included on our live broadcast, and we want to include them in a live broadcast.
That might be the one.
Is it the one?
Did we have other week 1 plans yet? I don't think so.
No. And yeah.
I think that's the one.
Yeah, we might be needing a conversation with them and seeing if we can get them on board.
If we can get them for week 1, I think that's our live stream.
Yeah. Let's try to do that. That'll get the Colts out of the way week 1. Even though we cheer for them, Rob, we cheer for them.
Gets them out of the way. We'll still be talking about them all season long.
Yeah, for sure. But you marked them down as a loss there.
Yep.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I'm with you there. Texans are pretty. They're a little bit more organized and ready to go. You have CJ Stroud in that defense. It's not even going to be close. Week 2, they play against the Packers, so Jordan Love and group are going to be playing against them. Rob, this is our team, man. We can't just be dogging on them all the time, you know?
We can be honest.
We sure can, and that's why I'm going to go ahead and put them as a loss. Moving on, we got the Bears.
I'm just going to pause real quick. I'm looking ahead at the schedule. Oh, my goodness, is this a hard schedule?
Well, hang on now. Hang on. We got the Bears. That's week 3.
All right, what do you think? You think the Bears are going to win or lose?
I'm going to be the one out on the tree limb here. Okay. I will take the Colts. Let's say the Bears have a bad start, even though it's with Ben Johnson and company. I don't know. Maybe the Bears don't have their stuff together just quite yet.
I'm going to say they're going to lose again. I think it's going to be a rock fight, but.
Yeah, all right. So Rob's got him going 0-3. He's hoping for another draft. He's hoping for another quarterback. That's what he's hoping for. You know, Rob, there's no guarantee that this is going to be our team next year. You know that, right?
Oh, I know, but you never know. Another Manning in Colts colors?
Oh, all right. Put your conspiracy hat on. Okay. I like that. Actually, I think it'd be kind of cool if Arch Manning made it back over there.
Yeah.
So the Steelers, can you give them a win?
No.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm going to go ahead and say that's a loss. And then we got the Jaguars.
I'll give it to them.
Man,
get them on the board.
Talk about what happened to the Jaguars 2 years ago. 3 years ago, they were in the AFC Championship, and then they have fallen apart.
Yeah, it's too bad. They were this close. They were reaching towards the sun, and then it crashing down to earth.
Fell down to earth, and I will say, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, I've got a lot of rooting interest in the Jaguars because Liam Cohen went to my high school. He was just a year ahead of me. I don't know him at all, but I certainly saw him around in the hallways, and he was our starting quarterback. Led us to a state title in the mighty state of Rhode Island. So, you know, I got some loyalties there since he's a fellow LaSalle Ram. So I'll be hoping he succeeds. But I don't think he succeeds in week 5 against the Colts.
Well, you didn't randomly draw him on our random pod team. So, you know, rooting interest is getting in the way of these things. Then we got Vrabel's old team, the Tennessee Titans.
Are you giving him a win or a loss?
Oh, I'm sorry. I even wrote it down. I'm giving him a win.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we got the Tennessee Titans.
In Nashville. I'll give the Jaguars. Jaguars. I'll give the Colts another win.
All right. I'm with that.
It is the AFC South after all.
But I will tell you, division games are such a crapshoot. Doesn't even the Texans one? You never know. You just never do with how it goes. So division games throw the record book out the window, and you know, random teams can win. Yeah. All right, so then we got the Dolphins. It looks like they're going to be playing at Miami.
No, that's Lucas Oil's a home game.
Okay, Lucas Oil Stadium. So they're going to be playing at Lucas Oil Stadium. What do you think, Rob?
We're basing this on everyone being healthy. Dolphins win.
I agree with that. I think the Dolphins are going to win it. And who cares if the Colts are healthy? We don't even know who the starting quarterback is if all three of them are healthy. So exactly. This is a real crapshoot. Then we got week 8. Oh, I'm sorry, Rob.
No. You're good.
Week 8. I don't know. That is a possibility. We could be jumping in on that, right?
That is another possibility as well for the pod live stream. but I think the Texans sweep them. They're just I know they had a little step back. I know Joe Mixon is out, I think, for the remainder of training camp. But they've got a fantastic coach. They're building the right way, and they've got CJ Stroud. So give me the Texans for the sweep.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say sweep them. They're going to sweep them. So that's 2 more losses for the Colts, and it's looking really bad for the Colts right now.
Yep.
But maybe they could turn it around. I know you're not a big fan of this team or have high hopes for them. The Minnesota Vikings?
The Vikings, I mean, they were unbelievable last year, but they have essentially a rookie quarterback taking over. Let's give a random upset win to the Colts in this one. The Colts go into Minnesota, home of the fans yelling, skull and clapping, and they steal a win. Jonathan Taylor runs them to victory.
Yeah, I like JJ McCarthy a lot, and I think he's going to really surprise the league heading into this year. And it looks like you don't even have to be that great of a quarterback to run that Vikings offense. So I think the Colts are going to end up losing that game, and they're just going to fall into more trouble. They're looking for first round draft picks.
Cool. So you've got so we disagree there. You've got the Colts with a loss.
You said that the
I said
correct.
I said the Colts would
and now
win.
we're going on to your AFC East.
Yep. Oh
correct.
My goodness.
I got you as a win.
Yep. Cool. So we have them at 3-6 each at 3-6 going into week 10. Oh my goodness. I just looked at this slate up until the bye week. Loss against the Bills.
I'll tell you one thing. They better not do it when they get to this group of teams too. They better not look ahead.
Yeah.
It's going to get worse. But yeah, I agree. They're playing the Buffalo Bills next, and I don't.
Bills
unless
win.
Josh Allen has something weird happen. I don't think they're going to win that.
Bills win.
The Jets.
What about against the Jets? You think the Jets can win, or you think they're going to lose?
I think you got some weird inside scoop on them that I'm not quite getting. But I think the Colts are going to end up beating the Jets because I just don't think the Jets are going to do well. But you know better than me. It's your division, Rob.
Oh, I mean, I don't necessarily know better than you, but I'm going to say the Jets win that one.
Oh, wow. Give them something, man. Detroit Lions?
Oh, Lions win.
Lions win.
How about you?
Yeah, I'm right there with you on that. And then you have a weird one here because they could play back the tape and see if you agreed or disagree, but I think I already know what you picked on that. The New England Patriots.
Yeah, actually, off the top of my head, I'm not remembering what I picked. I should, but I'm assuming I picked the Patriots to win. So I will pick the Patriots to win here as well, and for the Colts to be 3-10 going into their bye week. What say you?
I talk about you don't remember. You're a Patriots fan, and I'm sitting there going, I forgot what I did. I don't want to be a hypocrite, but I'm going to guess that I said that the Patriots would win that game. So I'm going to go ahead and put an L for the Colts.
All right. So going into the bye week, you've got them at 4-9. I've got them at 3-10. We don't have them in the playoffs. We have them looking at probably a top 4 pick.
Yeah, but 15 through 18, they could turn it around, Rob. They could turn it around.
They really, really could. How do you think they're going to do coming out of the bye week against the Broncos in Denver?
That's going to be a loss.
Yeah. That is also, to me, going to be a loss.
Titans.
At home against the Titans. I had the Titans winning the first one, I believe. No, I had the Colts winning the first. No, I didn't. They're not going to sweep, so the Colts win this one. They get their 4th win.
I say they will. Well, I'm sorry. The Colts are going to sweep the Titans. That's my prediction there. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a Colts victory.
So we agree. We both agree. Week 16, the Colts should win.
Yeah, and now we're in my wheelhouse. The Giants, who I don't think are going to have a great year. I predicted 6-11. If you follow my Twitter page, I have my prediction out there for.
Yeah, you have a really good thread on the Giants, which make sure besides, if you're watching this video, you should be following us on Twitter, on X. If you're not, make sure to do that. Search UFC Homer Hour, and you will find it. UFL Homer Hour, UFL Homer Hour, not UFC.
Yeah. I gotta work on that. We're about to do changes. It's gonna end up being the Nick and Rob Homer Hour, but right now it's UFL Homer Hour. But yes, I do post. I'm gonna be posting the AFC East and NFC East teams, and I'm starting from the bottom up of each division. And every Monday, I'm gonna post a thread giving my prediction on what's gonna be breaking down and why. But if you would read that thread, it doesn't take long for me to go. I think the Colts are going to beat the Giants.
Yep, I agree there. Unless the only thing, and we can't read into the tea leaves, is if at this point management wants to tank really hard for a top pick and they pull out any sense of functional players. But otherwise, yeah, this should be win number 5 to me, win number 6 for you.
Yeah, it's not looking good for the Colts. But then they play the Jaguars again, and what are they doing?
That might be a battle of who gets the better draft pick.
Very well could be. I agree with that.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it's at home. The Colts can't do much right these days, so let's give them a win. Let's have them go 6-11 on the year. Finish with 3 straight wins.
I'm right there with you. I agree. 3 straight wins. So we're not predicting a great season for the Indianapolis Colts, but hey, they got a couple wins, so they're in the top 10 of the draft picks.
Yeah, I mean, I think you got them at what, 7-10. I've got them at 6-11.
Yeah,
so
a little disappointing year there, but who knows? Maybe they'll turn it around. They've got the new rookie quarterback, Anthony Richardson, might turn it around, but it looks like they're not liking him too much.
Yeah, I feel like their ceiling's probably 7 wins, but I could also look at the schedule and give them 2 or 3 wins.
It could happen. It could happen. You never know. But it looks like this is going to be a tough team for us. But who knows? Maybe the quarterback situation just is the entertainment, and we'll get some excitement. We're definitely going to pay attention to them. Probably do a week 1 live podcast. We don't know yet. Watching them, so all we could do is hope that the Colts have a decent season.
Hopefully it'll be entertaining. At the very least, it'll give us something to talk about. I'd love to see Anthony Richardson rebound, shrug off all the doubts, and start a great career. But if not, we'll have quarterback roulette. Who knows? Maybe a Shedeur Sanders is starting in Indianapolis by like week 7.
Yeah, you could do a big trade involving the Cleveland Browns. I don't know what the Cleveland Browns situation is. Have you heard anything on camp on that? I have not paid too much attention.
Shedeur's still not really getting a lot of reps. I don't know if he's gotten any with the first team at this point. Pickett has injured himself though, so Shedeur by default is in the top 3 out of the 4 at the moment.
There you go. He's close. He can make the roster, maybe.
Yeah, I assume Joe Flacco starts with my assumption is Flacco starts, and then you get Pickett backing him up if he makes the roster. But if Dylan Gabriel looks good, Pickett's gone, and you got Gabriel backing up. But either way, I'd imagine Sanders is on the practice squad.
And I know we're the NFC East and AFC East, but I do have a little bit of opinion on this. So right now, we don't expect much from the Cleveland Browns. Am I correct? Okay. So you're not expecting much. You don't think whatever quarterback you put out there is actually going to do too well. Why not just get Shedeur out there week 1, let him flame out, and now you don't have to worry about him. Right?
Yeah, I agree.
The fan uproar is going to go away. Everything's fine. Everyone's like, yeah, it didn't really work out. And then he ends up doing what he does. Both of us. But anyway, that's just my little take on it. But they're not going to do that. I know they're going to probably go with Joe Flacco.
At least to start the season.
Yeah, go with the veteran presence.
By week 2, week 3, it'll be different, but they'll start with the veteran. Whereas with the Colts, who knows? Daniel Jones, Riley Leonard, Anthony Richardson. I think all three are going to have chances to start. I think all three will be on the opening day roster, barring an injury or a shocking random trade. Maybe the Colts just decide that they're going to go out and win one for their former owner. They did lose their owner in the offseason to a heart attack. His daughters have taken over, which is great. So I think, and it sounds like he's been training them for this for years. They all have their own area they're taking over. So I think the Colts are going to be pointed in the right direction. But I think this year and probably next year, it's going to be a lot of setting the groundwork for the future.
Yeah, and I think it's really cool that he did that for his daughters. I know he doesn't have the greatest legacy out there, but for him to at least set it up for him, for his daughters to succeed, I think it's just a really cool story. So, let's see how they do. I mean, this is no easy task, though. I'll tell you what. Look at Jerry, and don't do that when it comes to general managing. I'll tell you that. Just give it to someone else.
Exactly. Yeah. Hopefully the Ursay daughters they have a great start. But yeah, no, and they let the football people handle the football personnel and don't do the Jerry Jones thing. Jerry Jones is always going to be cursed by the fact that people think it was Jimmy and not him. He's been dogged by it for over 30 years. He'll be dogged by it all the way into his grave.
Unless they win this year, Rob. Unless they win this year. Okay.
I had him going, what, 12-5? They could. Dak stays healthy.
Yeah.
Hey, we could have a year one of our pod. We get a Pats Cowboys Super Bowl. Be fantastic.
That'd be good for the show. I'll tell you that.
Great for the show.
Now, I don't think our audience has seen me in playoff Cowboy version, but this mic might not make it. A lot of things might be thrown. I really lose my mind during that.
Yeah, it'll be good. I'm expecting us to have a Cowboys playoff game to live stream this year.
Oh, it'll be fun. It's going to hurt, but it'll be fun, I'm sure. Yeah, I would love to definitely get the opportunity to do that. Obviously, just making the playoffs would be good. So that's it for the show. We got the, so we got the news. We're going to update you next week on any updated news for the respective teams in each division. And, and
we should have a lot more news. Yeah, Hard Knocks. We'll have Hard Knocks to talk about. We'll also have. We should have more news because Pads just went on at training camp yesterday, so the news is really going to develop. Hopefully, it won't be too much injury news. It'll be more. We'll have some more good position battles to talk about. And yeah, and you'll hopefully hear me continue to gush over the new look Patriots offensive line and how amazing Drake May is. I didn't even talk, and I haven't even talked about our awesome rookie running back. That's happening next week.
Yeah, so we'll definitely discuss it a little further. Rob, do you mind plugging our show one more time?
Yeah, thanks for listening to the Nick and Rob Homer Hour. Make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube at the UFL Homer Hour. That is where you can find us if that's not how you're currently watching us. Again, UFL Homer Hour on YouTube. On Instagram, you can find us at the Nick and Rob Homer Hour. Again, like, subscribe, share with your friends, leave some comments on our pages. What do you think the Colts are going to do? How about the Pats? How about the Cowboys? How about them Cowboys? And yeah, it's getting more and more real.
Yeah, we're close, guys. We're close. So once the regular season starts, it's going to be very entertaining. But thank you guys for joining us for now, and we'll see you next time.